Hello everybody, Vanessa here from Aromatics. Natural products for the three dimensions of you. You are a spirit, you have a soul, you live in a body that is fearfully and wonderfully made. Thank you for joining me. In this video, I am going to be demonstrating the simple olive Beldi soap. The recipe was written by Rebecca Wright and the information comes from her book, The Little Book of Beldi Soap. In the comment section, I will have a link to her book. Also in the comment section, from November 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022, there will be a 15% discount. I will provide the discount code in the comment section. Magazine, I've done a write-up on her book, and she has some really cool recipes, like black seed and honey paste Beldi soap, or tomato jam Beldi soap. I think some of the names are absolutely delicious. So without with all that being said, I am going to go ahead and move forward with the demonstration. So in my crock pot here, I have preheated. Well, actually, prior to putting my olive oil here, because this recipe only really consists of 4 ingredients, which is olive oil, my essential oil blend, water or distilled water, and sodium potassium. Prior to putting the olive oil in the crock pot, I preheated the olive oil. I preheated the crock pot. Give a take and see how hot it is now. And it's at 142 degrees, 151, 153, 153 degrees Fahrenheit. The hottest this should get is about 167 degrees Fahrenheit, or I think it's 75 to 85 degrees Celsius. So that is ready. I'm going to put on my goggles. And FYI, this whole process will take about 3 hours now. And actually, this is going to be my first pot of Beldi soap. I have been wanting to make it for a long time. So since my crock pot is nice and warm, I am going to mix I have sodium potassium, it's already here, and distilled water. What I am going to do, I'm going to put a couple drops of rosemary antioxidant. This is something I do with all my soaps. Just going to stir that up. Add it here to the oils. So as you can see, we are in it's getting in the emulsification stage. I do have a lot of bubbles here, but I'm going to stick blend it for another few minutes, maybe 4 or 5 minutes. I'm going to cut the cover on it, let it cook for 10 minutes, and come back and check it. It's 165, which is good. And I am going to cover it for now. And while I'm waiting for this to cook, while I'm waiting for this first 10 minutes, I'm going to take the time. And I'm going to clean my glass jars, which I will be using for packaging this soap. And the soap has been cooking for 10 minutes. I just want to double check it and make sure everything looks okay, and make sure there's no separation of oils and water. Looks pretty good. So I'm going to continue to let it cook, and I'm going to set my timer. It looks a little separated. I thought it wasn't, but it is. I'm just going to stick blend it a bit more. It's good. I'm going to set my timer, and we do see some trace. I'm going to set my timer for 20 minutes. Now I'll come back and check it. Okay, we have gone past, we're at our 20-minute marks. Let's take the lid, and it's the little that we have here. Stir it up a little bit. There, I don't really see any separation, which makes me very, very happy. I'm going to stick blend it just a little bit. I'm going to put the lid back on for another 30 minutes. And it's slowly coming together. Shouldn't go, it's at 190 something, it's too hot. I'm gonna bring it back, I'm gonna bring it down. It's over 200, so I'm gonna bring it down. Shouldn't be cooking this fast. Come back in another 30 minutes, take a look at it again. So let's do another check-in. The soap has been cooking for over an hour. And look what we have here. As you can see, some of the soap has started to, we're getting a more homogeneous look, and we're getting a translucent effect, which is beautiful. I'm really liking it. Oh, that's pretty. Based on the information in Rebecca's book, she had said that this will happen, and we're getting, this means that we're getting close to being finished. This is very, very pretty. So I'm going to let this continue to cook, at least for another 30 minutes. So as you can see, the soap still looks somewhat translucent. However, it's starting to move into an opaque stage. It is too thick to use the stick blender, so I am stirring, and I'm using my whisk. And 173 Fahrenheit, which is good. So I'll be back in another 30 minutes to check. So it's time to look at our soap again, and we're at that we're over 2 hours, and I am going to whisk it. It still has that translucent look, but also we see that, you can see as I am whisking it, it is becoming more and more opaque, and that's what we're looking for. Whisk it for about a few minutes, and then I'm gonna put the top back on it. And I think we may be at our last 30 minutes. So I am back, and we are at the end of the road. So what I have here, I'm gonna whisk this around a little bit, and that itself. Now I am going to do the pH test. So in this container, I have 90 grams of distilled water. I am going to add in 10 grams of the soap. I'm taking a strip. I'm dipping it in the solution. And this is the color. And if we look here, it's between what? 9 and 10, so we are good. Just gonna get a whisk going here. My essential oil blend consists of lavender essential oil and frankincense. And since this is going to be a facial soap, so both lavender and this is frankincense, the genus and species is Boswellia cateri, and Kateri is known to be great for the skin. Let me mix the last of it in, and it's a 1% dilution for the essential oil. You don't need a lot because this is going to be a face soap. This is going to be a very low bubbly soap. So my thoughts are to use it after you cleanse the skin, right? You remove your makeup, Then you would just apply the soap to wet skin and just let it seep in for a few minutes because it has a high superfat of 10%. This is good. So, hindsight is 2020. I thought about these. I like these, but they're small. And I can use those as a sample. I can use these as samples maybe. I've decided I want to use bigger jars, round ones. These are already sterilized. I was going to use these for another project. I changed my mind. I love the way this came out. Wow, I am finished. Isn't that nice? I love the way this smells. I love the way it feels. Kudos to Rebecca. I love what you did with your book. I am so glad I did this. Rebecca, thank you for allowing me to test one of your recipes. So with all that said, as always, it's Vanessa here from Degania Aromatics. Natural products for the 3 dimensions of you. You are a spirit. You have a soul. You live in a body that is fearfully and wonderfully made. Thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And stay safe and be abundantly blessed. And I will see you on my next video. Bye-bye for now.